Have you ever seen something that just sticks with you forever? A single frame, a split second captured on camera that changes everything. Today, we're going to look at some of the most intense moments ever recorded. These aren't just clips, they are real stories about real people, caught in situations that are completely unbelievable. We're going to break down exactly what happened, second by second, and try to understand the sheer power of nature and the unpredictability of life. These moments are incredibly powerful, and they remind us just how fragile everything can be. This isn't just about watching a video, it's about connecting with the human stories behind the footage. These are 5 last moments caught on camera that you literally cannot unsee. Imagine this. You're on top of a mountain, surrounded by pristine white snow. The sun is shining, the air is crisp and cold. You're about to have the best ski run of your life. A group of experienced backcountry skiers. They had checked the avalanche warnings. They had all the gear, beacons, shovels, probes. They thought they were prepared for anything. They drop into a wide-open bowl, one by one, making beautiful, sweeping turns. The snow looks perfect, deep and stable. The person filming is next. Everything seems completely normal. Then, something changes. It's a sound you can barely hear at first, a deep, guttural whoomph. The snow develops a crack, a spiderweb of fractures. A slab of snow, hundreds of feet wide, and several feet deep, detaches. It's a living, breathing monster waking up. The camera whips around frantically. The snowfield isn't solid anymore. It's a moving river of white, a churning, roaring wave of snow and ice. The bright airbag inflates, a small beacon of hope, but the sheer volume of snow is too much. The roar is now muffled, the sound of being buried alive. Our next story takes us deep into the desert, to the stunning, almost otherworldly beauty of a slot canyon. These natural wonders, with their smooth, flowing walls of red and orange sandstone, feel like sacred cathedrals carved by time itself. These narrow gorges, sculpted by the patient, persistent power of water over millions of years, are a hiker's paradise. They offer a unique escape from the desert heat, a journey into the Earth's hidden architecture. But the very force that creates this beauty also holds an immense and sudden danger. The video starts peacefully, almost serenely. Sunlight filters down from above, casting magical, ethereal beams onto the red canyon walls. The air is still, the only sound the gentle trickle of water. The first sign of trouble is subtle, easy to miss if you aren't paying attention. The crystal clear water begins to get cloudy, turning a murky brown. Small twigs and leaves appear, carried by a current that wasn't there moments before. Then, the change accelerates. The water level is rising rapidly, from ankle to knee in mere seconds, and the gentle current grows into a powerful, insistent pull. The quiet footsteps are completely replaced by the deep, guttural roar of rushing water. Then it escalates with terrifying speed. A wall of water is coming. The canyon, once a sanctuary, is suddenly a deadly trap. With adrenaline pumping, the hiker scrambles onto a tiny, precarious ledge, their only hope of escaping the surge. The water becomes a full-blown flash flood, a roaring, churning torrent of liquid earth, mud, rocks, uprooted debris. The roar is deafening, a visceral display of nature's raw power. Their ledge is a tiny, fragile refuge in a world of chaos. The muddy water licks at the edge, threatening to pull them in. Entire logs, even massive boulders, are swept by as if they were toys. It's a scene both mesmerizing and horrifying. Trapped, with nowhere to go, all they can do is hold on, press themselves against the cold rock, and hope. This is a nightmare made real. A force of unimaginable pressure and weight that could sweep them away in an instant, without a trace. In this case, the hiker was incredibly lucky. The water peaked just inches below their ledge, holding at its peak for what must have felt like an eternity. Then, slowly, painstakingly, receded over several hours. They eventually climbed down and left the canyon, shaken but alive. This terrifying footage became a vital educational tool for park rangers, a stark reminder to always check the weather not just overhead, but miles upstream before ever setting foot inside a slot canyon. Chapter 3. The Shadow in the Waves. Picture a perfect day at the beach, the kind you dream about. Crystal clear blue skies, a warm, gentle sun on your skin, and the rhythmic sound of gentle waves rolling onto the shore. It's the very definition of paradise, a place where the worries of the world seem to melt away with the tide. Out in the water, it's a typical scene at a popular surf spot. Dozens of surfers are scattered across the break, sitting patiently on their boards, their silhouettes bobbing in the gentle swell. They're all waiting for the same thing, that perfect wave. On the sand, kids are laughing, building sandcastles, while families relax under colorful umbrellas, simply enjoying the day. The air is filled with the sounds of joy and the smell of salt and sunscreen. It's calm, it's peaceful, it's completely dangerously normal. Because in these idyllic moments, we often forget that we are visitors in a vast, wild world. Then, the person filming, perhaps just trying to capture the beauty of the day, catches something in the water, a flicker of movement beneath the surface. At first, it's just a dark, ambiguous shape. The mind races to find a harmless explanation. Is it a playful dolphin? A fleeting shadow from a passing cloud? But the shape gets clearer, larger, it's moving with a deliberate, powerful grace that is undeniably predatory. The chilling realization dawns. It's a large shark, gliding silently through the water, an apex predator in its element. The calm, ambient music of the perfect beach day is about to be shattered by a scream. The shark begins to circle one surfer who seems completely unaware of the lethal danger just feet below. Then in a split second of shocking, brutal violence, the shark attacks. The water erupts in a chaotic explosion of white foam and spray. The idyllic scene is instantly transformed into a nightmare. Panic ignites. Other surfers, realizing what's happened, are paddling for their lives, a desperate scramble to get to the safety of the shore. The terror is contagious, spreading like wildfire across the beach. But then, something incredible happens. Amid the chaos, a few brave souls paddle directly toward the danger. Fellow surfers and lifeguards, they form a protective circle around the injured person, splashing and shouting, trying to scare the shark away. In an act of pure courage, they get the injured surfer onto a rescue board and begin the long, agonizing paddle back to shore, every second fraught with tension. On the beach, paramedics are waiting. First aid begins immediately, a coordinated effort by professionals and bystanders. The surfer survived, a powerful, humbling testament to the courage of a community that chose to run toward danger, not away from it. Chapter 4. The Concrete Serpent. Our next story begins with an activity so common, it's practically an afterthought for millions of us every single day, driving over a bridge. This particular structure is a modern marvel of engineering, a concrete and steel artery, pumping life and commerce into the city, a symbol of stability suspended high above the water. The footage we're seeing is from a dash cam, capturing a typical afternoon commute. Cars are moving slowly, drivers are relaxed, lost in their own worlds. Through the windshield, the sky is a brilliant, cloudless blue, and the view of the water below is expansive and serene. It's a picture of total, almost boring normalcy. A moment of calm before the chaos. Suddenly, the car begins to shake. At first, it's a gentle, almost dismissible vibration. The kind you might blame on a passing truck or uneven pavement. But it doesn't stop. Instead, it intensifies, growing stronger, more violent. A low, deep, guttural rumble emanates not from the road, but from the very bones of the bridge itself. The horrifying realization dawns on every driver simultaneously. This isn't a truck, this is an earthquake. The massive Concrete Serpent begins to move, the solid deck undulating like a wave. Cars are tossed back and forth, their suspensions groaning in protest. Inside the car, the driver panics. Every instinct screams for action, but there are no good options. Stay put, drive forward, reverse. Every lane is blocked. There's nowhere to go. They are completely, utterly trapped. The deep rumbling escalates into a deafening roar as the structure begins to fail. In the distance, a section of the upper deck crumbles, disintegrating into a deadly shower of concrete and twisted rebar that rains down onto the cars below. Then, the unthinkable. The road ahead literally disappears. A huge section of the bridge gives way, collapsing into the bay and taking a dozen cars with it, plunging them into the cold water below. The scene is surreal and horrifying. The violent shaking lingers as aftershocks ripple through the damaged span. Dust and debris choke the air, and the high-pitched screech of tortured metal is everywhere. The camera pans as the driver searches for an escape route, but there is none. Yet, in this moment of terror, something incredible happens. People aren't just fleeing, they are running towards the danger, helping each other. Strangers become a team. They shout directions, form human chains to pull the injured from crushed vehicles. and guide the terrified away from the precipice. It is instinctual, selfless bravery in the face of utter devastation. Within minutes, the wail of sirens pierces the chaos. First responders arrive, police, ambulances, fire trucks, while helicopters begin to sweep the scene from above and rescue boats mobilize in the water below. The scale of the disaster is immense, a scar carved across the landscape. What began as a mundane commute transformed into a document of catastrophe. But more than that, it became a powerful testament to the resilience of the human spirit and of ordinary people coming together to save lives. Chapter 5. This final clip is one of the most unbelievable things ever caught on a dashcam. It starts on a normal suburban street. The car is driving along, maybe to the grocery store. It's a sunny day. Trees line the street. Houses pass by. In the upper corner, a small airplane, normal, near a local airport. But then something is clearly wrong. The plane lurches, banks hard. You can hear the engine sputter. It's losing altitude way too fast. It's not landing. It's falling. The dashcam captures the final seconds. The plane almost levels out. Then a wing clips a tree. The aircraft spins out of view. A horrifying explosion. A plume of black smoke rises. The driver gasps. Then instinct takes over. Doors open up and down the street. They aren't running away. They're running to help. Sirens grow closer within a minute. Before the smoke clears, a rescue led by ordinary citizens is already underway. This footage is a chilling reminder of how quickly things can go wrong, and how quickly people step up. A routine flight can turn to disaster in seconds, but so can a neighborhood turn into a team of rescuers. What we've just seen are more than just viral clips. They are profound moments that show the fragility of life and the incredible power of the human spirit. They are terrifying reminders that our world can flip in an instant. But in every story, we saw another powerful force. Human bravery. Let them remind us to be prepared, to be aware, and to cherish every normal, boring, beautiful day. Thank you for joining us on this intense journey. If these stories moved you, subscribe for more. And star one day. To look out for one another. Stay safe out there.